What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to be talking about an Earl Grey tea from Herbal Republic and my newfound favorite, the Pilot Custom 823 fountain pen. Both of these are awesome. So this was actually sent to me along with a bunch of other things. So I'm going to be talking about this company for a little bit called Herbal Republic. They're a Canadian brand company. They reached out to me and they said, hey, we make a lot of teas, and they're trying to be really responsible with the environment. Even the pre-bagged teas that you can get are compostable. The ones that you can buy to put your own loose leaf tea in, also compostable, and really trying to be friendly with the environment, which I appreciate. This one in particular was the Earl Grey version, Blue Star. It was whole leaf tea that they put into a tea bag. They sent me two of these ones in particular. I've had both already, just so that I could really get an understanding for how it tastes. But yeah, so the ingredients are basically just black tea, bergamot extract, and cornflower petals. At the very back it goes, at Herbal Republic, we take our environmental responsibilities very seriously. Our tea bags are glue, string, and staple free. They contain quality whole leaf teas for you to enjoy. Please recycle the outer pouch and compost your tea bags. Thank you for working with us to build a sustainable planet for our future generations. So essentially when you're done with the tea, you can put it in the compost. Here, at least where I live, the town, or our city rather, does what we call green bags. So essentially they take the compost from us, like you would put your garbage out on the street kind of thing, you would put your compost there, and they take it that way. And these are recyclable, so that's really cool, and packaged in Canada. So basically it's very similar to any other Earl Grey tea that I've had before. This one, it says to steep for 3 minutes. I did that the very first time I had it, but I like really, really strong teas. So the second time I had it, I actually let it steep for 5 minutes, and I liked it much better that way. But I think the majority of people stick to the instructions. It isn't the strongest Earl Grey I've ever had. My all-time favorite, is still the renowned King, but this is a close second. I've had many Earl Greys, and this is definitely delicious. So if you're in Canada, definitely check it out. Outside of Canada, I don't know if these guys ship worldwide. I will find out and I'll come back to you. But if you check out their website, Herbal Republic, I also did an interview with these guys. So if you want to hear me talk about pens and tea, even more than you're already hearing me, head over to their website, check it out. And of course they have their full list of teas there as well. This pen, my golly. Okay, so this is the Pilot Custom 823 fountain pen. As you can see, it is a vacuum fill pen. This is the third time I've filled up this pen. This one specifically was actually lent to me, so it is not mine. However, I have since bought my own, but that is just because of how much I love it. So pen is your basic cigar shape, a little bit thick in the middle, tapers out slightly towards both ends. You have all gold trim. In North America, this version here, which is just kind of like a light brown kind of shape that's like kind of semi-transparent, is the only one that you can get in North America. But if you buy overseas, you can get a completely clear one, as well as a black one that's kind of transparent, but is still pretty solid. But yeah, so on the clip, you have the very typical Pilot clip with the giant ball in the end. It's pretty stiff. Around the center band, you have two kind of gold rings. You have one small one here, one big one, that basically says Custom 823, 3 stars. Pilot made in Japan, 3 stars, and then it starts all over again. What I really like is that the writing on this has been like filled in with black lacquer, so it makes it really crisp and really easy to see. Then of course you have the barrel, which I'll try and put up against my window there, where you can see the piston. In real life, it's a little more transparent than the way it's showing up in the camera. And then you have the twist knob here. So it is a vacuum seal pen, as you can see by the rod in there. It is a twist off cap to reveal the beautiful, beautiful number 15 size pilot nib. Again, you'll see it better in a close up here. Fits very, very nicely in my hand, very nicely. This is probably one of my most comfortable fountain pens, so I really, really like that. You can post it. It posts quite securely. Not really that back weighted. It feels really good posted as well. Again, as I say in pretty much every one of my videos, I don't typically post my pens, but you definitely can. It feels very nice. This is just literally, I think this is one of my favorite fountain pens ever. It writes like a dream. It's a workhorse pen, but it's still beautiful. And I think it's kind of a little understated. It's kind of like, you know, not many people talk about it anymore. But as you can see, we've got that seal there. And if I untwist the top, this one squeaks. I'm sure you can probably hear that. But mine, the one that I bought, doesn't do that. So I don't know if it's just this. This probably just needs to be greased up a little. But as you can see here, there's now that space. Whereas if I close it, it blocks it off. So the whole point is that, you know, if you go anywhere, if you travel, that ink won't explode at the tip. The only kind of spillage you have is what's already in the feed. I've never really had an issue with it. It doesn't bother me, but you know, it is what it is. So basically, you just, to fill it, you draw back on this piston. You're going to hear that squeak again. You just basically pull the rod all the way back, dip it into your bottle of ink, quickly compress that rod back in, and the barrel will suck up ink. You'll get pretty much a fill to about here. If you really, really want to get a full fill, you can flip it over, take the rod all the way out, push the rod all the way back in just until the air goes out, then hold the rod in place, dip it back in, press the rest of the rod in, and then you'll get a complete filling. I've done it both ways. It doesn't really matter to me if I get a full fill or not, but like I said, this is the third time I filled it and I'm almost out. The person that lent it to me did say that he dropped the pen, and ever since then it's been writing a little bit more wet than usual, but I think it was a happy accident. I really, really do. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you why I think it's a happy accident. All right, so once again, we have the Pilot Custom 823. This is a fine 14 karat gold, I think. Yep, 14 karat gold fountain pen. The ink is J.Herbin Lidité, which I absolutely love in this pen because this pen is very, very, very wet. And this is a dry ink. So the combination of the two is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, my friend said that he dropped it, and ever since then it's been writing wet. I've had no issues with like burping or like anything like that. I absolutely love it. You all know I like my pens to be extraordinarily wet. So to me, this is 100% perfect. Like I honestly do not have anything negative to say. This is the best fountain pen I've ever had to write with. It's the one that I go to over everything, and I'm gonna be really, really sad when I have to send it back. Like I said, I did buy one myself. I did get a medium nib, but I am going to miss this pen. Line variation, you can definitely get a little bit, you know, nothing too dramatic, but you can squeeze out a little. As far as reverse writing goes, you definitely can. It's slightly scratchier. And that said, this is a very, very smooth writing experience. Very smooth. It is a fine nib, a Japanese fine nib, so you will feel a little bit of like the nib moving across the paper, just because of how fine the point is, but it still feels very, very nice. And I've never had any issues whatsoever. No burping, no hard starts, no skipping, nothing, nada, niet. And I absolutely love it. Cannot ask for anything better than that. So, all that said, do I recommend it? Heck yes. It is a little bit expensive. US dollars, you're gonna find it for about $2.88. Canada, you're going to be a little over 300, which is a lot. But if you aren't picky about the size or the color, then you can definitely pick it up overseas for significantly less than that. I just happen to really, really like this finish because I'm a sucker for browns. But 100% guaranteed, yes, absolutely. Pick it up if you get a chance, or at least try it from somebody if you get a chance. Can't say enough about it. I'm going to stop gushing and I'm going to let you all go. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you really like the video but haven't yet done so already, please do subscribe. 99% of the time there are new videos every Monday and Friday, and the occasional Q&A on Tuesday. Guys, I love you. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.